All right, let's discuss the section 2.3 written homework comments that I have. Use synthetic division to determine whether x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial. Then factor the polynomial completely. Okay, so here our first example shows synthetic division. It goes through correctly. They then start into a factored form and then circle a factored form. So, my issue with this is great work. This work supports conclusions, but there are no conclusions made. First off, this question says determine whether it's a factor. They never said anything about that here. So how does someone use this to determine whether it's a factor? Now here we have a same work and a little yes, it is a factor with an arrow to the 0. All right, well, that's more information, but still it doesn't really explain why. It makes me have to know more about the situation. Now, over here we have examples that answer it. Since the remainder is 0, x plus 2 is a factor. This is very well written out. This next one, I see that it's not all the way in. There we go, sorry. Says remainder equals 0, therefore this is in maths instead of in English. X plus 2 is a factor of, so a little bit more mathematical stuff. That's fine. And then the factored form. What is missing is the labeling. This says factor p of x completely. So here is a factored form, but what is it? So labeling this p of x equals, like this, p of x equals, all of a sudden I know what this answer represents. Because down here, they worked out the factoring like we see up here on the right side, and they left that as the answer. Now that's the wrong answer. This one here is the right answer, but I can't tell because it's not labeled. So this is great work. They just needed to tell me since the remainder is 0, x plus 2 is a factor, and then label this as p of x equals, and they get 100%. Here you can see the issue. They don't have the full factored form, and they have a kind of a quasi answer there. It's better there, worse there. And now another way to label the final factored form, instead of p of x equals, which is very easy, this person actually had the p of x original function. So instead of labeling it as the name, p of x, they actually have the original function equal to this with a series of equals. That's great too. It's not as easy as p of x equals, but it was full credit because it was all labeled. Hopefully these help you make sense of the comments that I left on your submissions. Please feel free to fix your written homework and resubmit.